Okay, this is the Budget and Finance meeting for Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council, January 4th, 2023. So we'll take roll call. Lori,
Here.
you here?
I'm here.
Vic,
Here.
John,
Here.
Melanie, here. Okay, and then over in the other side, we have Diana, I see, as an attendee. So any general public comment at all from anyone? I have nothing. Nope. Okay, so we'll move on. So there is no MER. It will not be ready. Oh, Diana's got her hand up. Go ahead, Diana.
Thank you. It's actually not general public comment, but it's a question. I'm not quite sure where on the agenda is the item that I'm here for, which is the one for the that came out of the Planning Land Use Committee. Is that number 6? You didn't put our
Yes.
actual motion
Yes.
on.
Make it a little bigger,
Yes,
Melanie.
because the agenda went out before I got it from you. So all I did was put it on, it's a committee request.
Okay, I just needed to
Okay,
know what it was.
it's
Thank
number
you.
6.
Can you make the agenda a little bigger?
No, because it goes all weird on
Oh.
the thing. Because I'm sharing it as a PDF, and really I probably should have just scanned it in, because that's what happens if you share it directly off, non-scanned in right off my computer. It does
That
this.
shouldn't cause a problem. I do that all the time. But John, if you do go to your view options, and if you increase the percentage, that may do what you need.
There, did that help?
Let me see.
Oh, come on, I'm tired and crabby. Let's go.
Okay, I got
Okay,
it.
so no MER, it's gonna have to go to the board, because the 7th is when it will generate because of the holiday. We will not have it until the 7th, minimum, maybe the 8th is what they told me. So next is discussion on the budget. So the budget, this is where we're at. Right now, we've got 31,006.84. I can increase that if everybody needs it there. And so then that can be out of committee. So
I move we approve the budget.
move Lori.
Second,
Who second?
I did.
Well,
Oh,
so
actually, Vic did.
Oh,
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
I.
Alrighty, so next is the reimbursement for John. So this is his receipt, and we have to send the this is for the election, out of the election fund for printing for the map and the flyers. So John, you'll have to abstain on this, but I move that we reimburse him. Do I have a second?
second.
Second.
And
Vic?
technically, John would be recusing, not
Yeah, I
abstaining.
mean, recusing. John recuse,
I'll cover my arms.
and so all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Okay, then the next item is
At least I kept it under 100.
committee recommendations. So let's see. So here is the committee recommendation, and this is the request.
Okay, you went pretty fast there.
Just a sec. I just wanted you to see the original request.
Okay,
And then this is
Um,
the form. So,
I can't read that.
yeah, so after going back and forth with Diana, felt the best thing to do, and we're gonna have to be very creative on this as far as, because PV Land Conservatory, they're probably gonna want to apply for another grant.
Melanie, you keep calling it conservatory. It's a conservancy.
Conservancy will want to apply for another grant for their own benefit, for their own thing. And then this will be separate. So the thought
Oh.
process is to allocate the money separately for this, and then just whichever process works out the best. Because another process that Melvin brought up is we could have the park invoice for purchase of those from PV Land Conservancy. And just
Why can't PV Land Conservancy just combine both of them together?
because it convolutes the purpose of what,
yeah.
because one of them's going to be educational that they do, probably that they're going to apply for, and this is plants for the canyon.
All right.
And it's better probably just to allocate this money, put it on allocation, on our event type stuff, listed. And then whatever process works out the best. The problem that I'm seeing, and I'm making sure that it's not going to be one, is that them doing a grant to buy stuff from themselves. Diana?
Diana's gonna hand it.
Well, no, if there is another option, we just thought, when I talked to Melanie, we thought that was the simplest because that's where the plants were coming from rather than use a pass-through. But the other option was to go through Bridge Cities Alliance, which was willing to be the pass-through, to buy the plants so that we could plant them.
And that would be awesome too, just to do
Yeah.
that.
But it
That
just
would work too.
it didn't make any sense to use a pass-through when we thought about it. The fact that the Conservancy plants were coming from the Conservancy's nursery. So why not just give the money directly to them? But whichever works, the committee.
Yeah,
will do whichever.
I like that idea.
Is completed or is in the process of completing the NPG application. They should have it to you on Friday.
We haven't even announced NPG grants yet. How are they
Well,
doing?
this one is going to be like a separate thing that we're going to do, just because this is rather than doing a community beautification thing, because that's originally where we were headed on this. But
Mhm.
oh my God, we found out with that is just going to be too complicated. You have to get insurance, you have to get permits, you have to get release.
Okay.
People.
Vic's got his hand up.
Vic,
Scroll down to the original one for a minute.
the original.
Well, the other one you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You in the motion?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that. Like, so the 765 is for a grant?
For the plants.
No, for an MPG?
765 would be a grant because it's a city entity to do the park. The park is a city entity. We cannot.
That's
give
not what
money.
he's asking.
So we have to do an MPG for
So-
them in order to give this another city entity money.
So
But
there
the
would
Conservancy
be,
is not a city entity.
No, but I'm just saying for the park. So we have to do, like, someone do a grant application to get the money.
okay, so if they apply for an MPG during the regular process, then you're saying that there could be, if we approve this and they were to say get something through the other, they would be granted 2 NPGs?
We aren't going to have this be part of the grant
No,
process.
you're not, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Because they're applying for
says-
another one for.
Listen to me.
Melanie, listen.
This says allocate 765 for an MPG.
Right, that's
Okay,
because,
let me finish.
Mhm.
If they apply during the regular NPG process
right,
or money for something else,
right.
and they are granted that, they get some of that, they will have gotten 2 NPGs, correct? This one
No.
plus the other.
No, because
Yeah.
as you heard what Diana said, it seems this is where the problem arises. If the plants are their plants and they are getting an MPG, they can't pay money to themselves for the MPG. So Bridge City Alliances is going to get the MPG in that case, like she said, and buy the plants from PV Land Conservatory with their grant money. For the
Is that what you're now recommending, Melanie? Because I thought
That's what I'm recommending.
you recommend we change courses here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, scroll
Because
back
we've
up
got the
again.
NPG form filled out already for the Conservancy. This is a project of the neighborhood council, and it's a beautification project. It's not a traditional NPG where the Land Conservancy didn't come to us. We wanted to do this and figured this was the easiest way to do it.
Right, because it's a city entity the park is a city entity, and we cannot give money to the park or pay for things or just.
We've
provide.
said that like 5 times now.
No, but I'm explaining it to Vic. So this is what we have to do in order to purchase something for a city entity. It either has to have a neighborhood purpose grant has to do it, or they have to invoice us to pay them for it and then go through the process that way. We cannot give money to another city entity without doing this workaround. The canyon is where we're putting the plants is a city entity.
Well, I think you need to explain that better than the way it's worded now, because right now it sounds like it's just another neighborhood purpose grant. And I'm sure
What's
I'm
wrong
not
with what
gonna be the
Diana
only
suggested
one.
that Diana suggested Bridge Cities Alliance will submit their own neighborhood purpose grant, okay, to support this project. That's the easiest solution.
Right.
So let's
Okay,
just do that.
So it would
And it
not
won't come
be-
out of our grant allocations. It will be separately
Why?
allocated.
I think what Melanie wanted to do tonight, maybe, and maybe I confused it by putting in the Palos Verdes Land Conservancy, maybe what she wanted to do was to set aside the 765 for a neighborhood purpose grant for the purposes of the purchasing the plants for the Peck Park Canyon beautification project.
I don't know why you just don't let it go through the normal neighborhood purpose grant process. Let Bridge Cities Alliance submit it and anybody else submit their project. Well, I don't understand why this needs to be set aside and separate. It's only $765.
Right.
So
But
if she's got another nonprofit who's willing to submit it, why
Yeah.
don't we just do that?
I don't understand why it couldn't just go to the PV Land Conservancy, but that aside, I think one of the things is we would like to get the plants planted sooner rather than later because we want to get them established while it's still damp out there.
Let me talk to Melvin tomorrow, but now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I don't think it's a problem now that I'm thinking, because when we distribute grant money, when the money is granted, we aren't looking to see where they're going and buying stuff. They're just given the money based on just for plants. They can say just for
Yeah.
plants.
That's right.
That's right. That's
So I'm
right.
thinking if they just keep it simple and not say that they're buying it from themselves and just get the money, and then where it goes, nobody knows,
Do they have to provide a receipt?
No,
Well, then there you go.
there you go.
And the application will be accompanied by a list of the plants.
Okay,
That's fine.
that's fine. See, but because this is a beautification project, that's why I wanted it separate from our regular grant program.
But an MPG can be a
No,
beautification
because they
project.
don't want to wait. They want it like as soon as the application is in our
I
next
see.
meeting.
Okay, well, and we haven't even decided what the MPG grant period is.
Exactly.
Right. And the other thing is that this is really not a project of the Conservancy. So
Okay,
that's what Melanie was talking about, wanting to be sure that the Conservancy would still be able to apply for whatever, if they wanted to apply for a project of their own. They're
They're
only.
just doing this as a favor to us.
but,
Yeah.
but I thought you said if it's a beautification project, there's liabilities.
If we do it based on that, the community beautification way, it
Okay.
causes a problem.
Whatever you decide, you
Told
better,
by the city clerk and by Melvin Cunhas to do the MPG, to find.
however,
someone to
however
do
you
the
decide to do it, you better make sure it is simple when you present it to the board, so you don't get
Yeah.
some
Yes.
puppers giving you a grief.
Well, plus, all we're doing here is, we're not even really approving
We're approving the
whole-
allocation of the $765.
Right, we're not approving all of the
No,
rest of it.
we're
Okay,
approving allocation of $765
We're basically approving that we have that money
for planning and
available.
land use.
do we need to move this, or it came out of committee, so it's not
We
necessary?
need to move it because it didn't come out of committee. It came out of planning and land use to here.
That is a
Um,
committee.
I know, but it's to budget and finance. They're requesting money. It has nothing to do with us. This is just a request. We
So,
need
okay, so our job is
to
just
the
to say,
board.
yes, we have funds available.
Right,
Exactly. So move to approve allocate, move to, let's see, motion to move.
Motion to allocate, not move.
Motion to
Right.
allocate $765 for Peck Park Canyon replanning. And just leave it at that.
Okay,
So who wants to move that? I'll move it. Who wants to second?
I'll second it.
John?
Yeah.
Okay. So all those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Well, any discussion? Diana's got her hand up.
yeah,
Oh, no, sorry, I just didn't take it down.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
I,
4-0.
yes,
correct.
ma'am.
Now, so next.
But
The next thing that we have here, because I just got it, and we're going to consider this a committee submission, is this. We finally don't even ask. This has been a nightmare to get the invoice from Reed. I have gone back and forth, Doug and I emailing.
Okay, but you got it now.
Finally, we had to wait until.
Okay, okay, we don't need to go through the whole story, you got it.
Yeah. So we finally got it. So this is going to be a motion to, we are going to be short $507.93 to pay this invoice.
Okay, so
Oh.
we went through this, the prices went up, we did get
Right.
another quote that was higher,
Yep,
this was
which
the
I
lowest quote.
got that. Which I've got that.
Yep,
And that was the original quote. This is the quote that they gave. And so it's $507.93 that we have to approve to increase the newsletter to pay the invoice.
so you know you're gonna get some pushback, and anybody who pushes back, it's reasonable, okay? Because we
Right.
should have had the quotes before we spent the money, and we didn't. And
We didn't
if you-
realize that it was that
you-
huge of an
you could
increase.
lay it on me if you want, I don't care.
Motion to
Okay.
approve $507.93 to increase newsletter one amount to pay Reed Printing.
And are you gonna have to do another motion for the next newsletter?
Yes, I am. To pay Reed Printing.
I was gonna ask about that too, which means.
Yeah,
the next-
so
The next
I-
one will
I move
have to
it,
go up.
move Melanie. Who's gonna second this?
I'll second it.
Second, Lori. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4 to
It-
0.
So,
Now,
so Melanie,
next-
when this is, and you got to present the next newsletter. So we
Yep.
already know that the disruptors are going to say, we told you we didn't want to print a newsletter, blah, blah, blah.
I know.
If they start to do that, okay, may I suggest that you say, okay, the board already voted to have 2 newsletters. The
Mhm.
prices have gone up. We
Yep.
got other quotes. This is what it is. But we got to stop the conversation of them repeating over and over that they don't think a newsletter is beneficial.
Right. I know.
Look, we got a lot of new candidates. We can say we got them from the newsletter.
Yeah, no kidding.
So what now is the total for the newsletter?
Okay, so what I'm gonna suggest is that
No,
we increase the amount to $5,000 for the number 2
Well,
newsletter.
but Vic was asking you, what is the actual total?
The actual total, 507.93 added to 4,450.
doesn't the invoice say what the total is?
She's
No,
got to add 3 different
that's for
invoices.
printing. That's for printing.
Well, you got to do the
Yeah.
math, Melanie.
Oh, that's just for one part of it. Okay.
Yes.
So that's gonna be the 4,450 plus the 500 and something?
This is how much. That 4,957.93 is how much everything printing, editing, and the mailing and all that.
That's the new price, the new upgrade.
4,957.93. So I'm recommending that we make it 5,000 on there.
Yeah. Just to be covered.
So
Yeah,
motion to increase newsletter number 2 to $5,000 budgeted.
Do it.
I'll motion it.
Okay, you're gonna move, John?
Yeah, I'll move the motion.
I'll
Who's
second.
gonna second? Vic? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now the next, now, motion to increase MPG amount to the board.
Oh, okay. What is it at now and what are you recommending?
So right now we're at 3,000.
Oh,
And what I'm recommending, because we have unallocated, so we've got. So I'm recommending that we take the food money out. Audio services we're gonna leave just in case something happens with this pilot program thing.
Right, but if
Well,
the
they're supposed
pilot
to pay
program
for it.
thing goes, won't you need food?
Yeah, they're
too?
paying. You guys voted on it to pay it, so let's
that's
pay it.
right.
Yeah. One
But
of these we have to leave though, just in case there's some sort of a runs afoul in the numbers over here. If this
Yeah.
starts running to be too much.
Can we move it to 10,000? Can we increase it by that much?
If the pilot program starts,
I think that's making it too high, especially when we're taking 700 out of here, 65. We've got just keeping in mind, there's gonna be probably a request for $500 to $750 for printing for the Wild Fest event.
That's not an approved event yet. Nothing's been submitted.
Yeah,
Right, but I'm just telling you, I don't care. We still have to be cognizant of things that are going to be coming up.
Actually,
spending
we're not.
everything.
Actually, you're wrong. Unless somebody submitted something, we're not supposed to be
but-
cognizant at all.
The
that's
thing
right.
is, we don't want to spend everything that we have.
But
now.
Melanie, this is an event that you're interested in. You don't know if another committee is thinking of something.
I
We're-
know that, but I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying we shouldn't spend everything right now. And it's not our job as neighborhood council to give all our money away to grants.
Okay, what
That
do you- what-
isn't the purpose of neighborhood council.
I will agree with that statement, but I would not agree with saying we need to be cognizant of something that hasn't been proposed to us. Okay, we can only work with
Right.
what's been submitted. So, okay, so it's at 3,000. Okay, so I make a motion that we make it 7,000.
Yeah, because I was thinking more along the grounds of 8, taking 5,000 and putting it towards it and making it 8.
That
It's-
audio service,
Huh?
that audio service, we already know that we're one of the ones that is gonna be the,
Right, I know that. So we could probably move the 2,900 out of there for it.
I would, because they've already said it, that we're gonna be one of them,
Right.
so let's not keep it in there.
And
So if that's
for-
the case, then you can bring it up to, Lori said 7, you want 8, let's just bring it up to 8.
Yeah,
Well, for that food, is that gonna be needed if hybrid starts?
maybe. It
So,
depends on what they're gonna allow, so that's why I'm leaving that there.
okay, well.
I gotta-
Also, the
Actually-
other problem is with I've noticed with the minute taking, his prices are fluctuating and going up with the amount that he's charging
Who?
with Terrence.
I'm sorry, he has to give you a rate and stick with it. How could it?
I know that,
fluctuate?
but I'm just
Yeah.
saying the amount that they're charging is fluctuating a lot.
Well,
And the
but that's
other
not
thing-
okay.
Yeah,
The
it's
other
not.
thing that I have a problem with, I paid it, but I'm gonna have to have a conversation with him, is that when they didn't attend the meeting, he's still charged for 7 hours.
7 hours.
For what?
The meeting minutes aren't that hard. Oh my goodness.
Because I'm gonna check with you, Vic, offline, which meeting was it that he did the minutes and didn't attend? Which month was it?
Well, there have been. Yeah, I think there was more than one where nobody attended, but
Right,
there's at least one, and if they're, yeah, if they're
was it
charging
like
more than-
was it October's meeting or was it November or no?
I know I blasted him in an email, so I can check.
No, November and December, that girl was doing it,
Lydia.
Lydia.
But
So
if,
it must
yeah,
have-
if nobody's.
I don't
attending,
know about
if-
October and September, but I know November, December, Lydia was there.
If nobody's attending to take minutes and they're charging over 6, then they're out of their mind.
Right,
Is that
I
paid by
will-
the meeting? Is that paid by the meeting or by the hour?
It's by the hour.
by
Hour.
the hour, but also they have a limit of how much, many hours they can charge. But also the job description says that if they don't attend the meeting, that they can't charge for the meeting time.
Right.
And it doesn't help that they keep screwing up and I have to correct them too.
Right,
Well,
but
if you
see,
look at
that's where I
that-
get concerned, keeping money in there in case this amount goes up that we have to pay them. You know, that there's gonna be more because we've still got,
Well,
we're in January. I just now I haven't paid December yet. He hasn't billed me. I still have to pay December and then 6 months out of this.
Time to get a quote from another minute taker.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to see if we can get somebody that wants to do our minutes, Lori. Nobody wants to. We have gotten quotes from before, tried to get from Apple and also from the other people. And they had nobody that was interested in doing our minutes
So there's 99 neighborhood councils. Who's doing everybody else's minutes?
because most of them are in the valley. And nobody from the valley wants to do ours because at some point they're gonna have to come here. And
I
they don't
see.
want to do them.
I see.
so don't we have enough allocated for 9 hours times the number of meetings?
We did, but the problem is that at some point, I think the amount that they're charging has changed.
I thought the contract that we have says this is the rate and that's it.
But they might have gotten, it's not the contract that we have, it's whatever they have with Dunn. And so if they negotiated the price different with Dunn,
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Shouldn't Dunn have
it's like
notified
28
everybody then?
something an hour. It's 28 something an hour.
I thought it was 26.
Mm,
I
Let me
thought
look,
that's what you told me. Maybe
let
not.
me look at the invoice here that I've got.
Unless they've gone up because of the stupid pandemic.
Yeah. So, for instance, the one service date, October 27th, for the 3 hours plus for the town hall and all of that, that didn't come out of this. This was allocated separately. But for the minutes and for the 3 hours, he charged $146.30.
For how many hours?
3 hours and then the minutes
Right.
doing them.
Yeah, but isn't the minutes charged by a amount of time?
So he doesn't put the time on here, how many hours or anything. It's just a flat charge. So then in
But it,
December, let's see, this was for meeting November. He said prep and meeting minutes.
Prep?
7 hours.
What is he prepping?
Prep and
okay,
meeting minutes, 7 hours, and he's charging $29.26 an hour.
Yeah, but what did he have to? what did
Charges
he-
$204.82. So something's changed in the price.
Well,
well, and
first
that,
of all, what is he prepping? What the hell? I don't, is he gonna
I'm
spray the?
not sure what the
you know.
prep is. Listening to the audio because he wasn't there, I guess.
That's
no,
not prep.
Yeah,
November is the latest one, November 14th, where nobody was there to take the minutes.
Okay, he says
So
prep and meeting minutes, 7 hours.
If he is saying prep is listening to the recording, he can call it prep if he wants, but it's still, he still can't charge that 3 hours as if he attended.
right.
Yeah,
That should be 6 hours minimum or maximum for that month.
think
yeah,
you
so
need
he
to
charged
file a complaint with John.
$204.82.
So
Really?
yeah, I don't know.
So
You-
he's doing the 3 hours plus another 4 hours to
Per minute.
write it up?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
no,
nobody,
but like Vic said, he wasn't there. So if he listened to the damn tape and wrote everything down for 4 hours, that's what we get charged, 4 hours.
but he has to type up the minutes and everything too.
I'm in the wrong business.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, me too. I think I'm gonna call it Orange One. instead
That's
of-
why I'm saying if it's $29 and if the rate now is $29.26,
Well,
then we have to adjust that
it sounds,
because that's not gonna carry us to June.
it sounds like you need to check with Dunn and find out what the rate is that they have in the contract.
So there must have been a rate increase or something that they passed
Or
through.
maybe not, or this guy's just trying to slip it by.
Yeah,
I don't- If they get hired, the company gets hired to do this by Dunn, then Dunn is setting the rate, correct?
Dunn sets the rate. It's a contract rate that they have to charge everybody.
So you need to check with Dunn and find out what the rate is.
Okay,
And
Now,
and
He
tell 'em what's
charged us 7 hours times the 29.26.
yep,
Yeah, that's $204.82.
exactly.
I
Did you
think
do
I
that
found
in
my,
your head, John?
huh?
Did you do that math in your head?
No.
No, ma'am, I got my calculator from my phone.
No, that's
Oh,
exactly
okay.
what it was, John, that I paid on the invoice.
Okay, so, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, Jesus, to have somebody sit in every time. and then-
204.82,
Huh?
204.82.
204.82 is what I got, and.
So
I-
that's why I'm leaving the 2,000 in there in order to cover the minute taking until we,
That's fine. Meanwhile, we need to check into what's going on.
that's why
Right.
I will send an email to.
It
city
needs to be
clerk.
consistent across the board. It needs to be how many hours and then this. Not, and somebody better be there. If they're gonna do it right, if they're there, I mean, if this Lily girl does it or what, but
Lydia.
Lydia, yeah.
So anyway, so the motion that we're gonna make is to increase the NPG budget to 8,000.
I don't know. You think that's too much? How much does that leave us with?
Well, we'll take the 2,900 out.
Yeah.
And that will be 5,900. And then that will leave 21 coming out of this. So that'll leave still 11,000 in here
Okay.
in unallocated.
You just need to be prepared to talk to the naysayers to be able to
But
answer.
know that 500 is gonna come here and then 500 up here. There's another 1,000. So that'll bring us down to like 10,000
Well,
because
just
of the
to be
newsletter
clear-
business.
Just to be clear, 550 would go to the newsletter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But Melanie, may I suggest you not mention during the board meeting any money that you're thinking about for Wildfest, because until you've submitted anything,
oh,
If you-
I know,
just don't bring it up.
I know.
Isn't it terrible that we have to
There's a
be,
couple of extra, like 87 here and 99.50 here.
the whole thing that we have to be so defensive and prepared for ridiculousness.
I know, it's ridiculous, but motion to increase NPG amount to $8,000.
Now we still have to figure out the time period and everything for these.
Right, so whoops, wrong one, sorry. Here we go. So here, right now, I just figure leave it open, and as long as it benefits Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Council area, just open it up and see what we get.
You just need to pick the dates and then figure out a,
Right, I got it X'd out here and we got to put dates in.
do you need me to redo the form
What do you
or
mean?
can you do it? Are you not putting out a form or this is it?
This is it.
Okay, I can't read that, so I'll just assume it's right.
Okay, let me increase it.
For the visually impaired here.
Here, there we go. That works.
Okay, thank you. So what is this basically the same thing as last time?
No, because we had stipulations last time.
Oh, you've taken all the stipulations off?
Yes,
So this is no longer anything that's youth or environmental or anything like that? It's just general? You're gonna get a ton more of applications.
I left it off in case, and if we want to add it, then we can add it, but I wasn't adding them on my own until we discussed it.
Well, in the past, we've tried to make things that were, like I said, environmental and or youth led or youth, what's the word I'm looking for? Benefit kind of thing.
Right,
And we also included anything
that's
that,
when Youth and Outreach did it. Now that we've got it, it's more open to,
okay.
we've had it more.
Well, last time it was more like COVID related, people who've suffered from COVID.
Well, the last one that we did, when I looked at it, we had it that priority would be given to education, COVID, and mental health.
Okay, and you took that out.
Domestic violence or something like that.
Okay, so,
Homelessness and domestic violence.
but you took all that out now?
I took that out because I felt that it was important to discuss it first before adding it. Because
So,
it needs to be.
The only reason we originally started kind of putting some type of suggestions in there is to avoid getting nonsense NPG grants. The
Right.
companies that send it to every single, 99 neighborhood councils. And so I think the priority of benefiting Northwest San Pedro, is that still important?
Yes.
Okay,
So priority will be
given
to
projects or grants or requests.
Requests from,
No, not from benefiting.
oh, okay, yeah.
yeah,
Right.
benefiting.
Doesn't matter.
Benefiting education,
Oh, I thought you were going for location. Okay, so you're going for criteria.
Yeah, benefiting
Yeah.
education.
Sustainability. Do you want it sustainability?
Okay,
We just really haven't included beautification, and maybe we should put that back in there. Well, you know what wouldn't we include? If you've got education, sustainability, beautification.
sustainability,
No, I mean, what wouldn't be included? That covers almost everything.
homelessness,
Yeah.
or would it be homelessness, or would it be those in need, or I don't, how would we word that? So
You know, you're covering so much. I don't know why you're gonna, maybe you just go back to leaving it general, and we'll, you know, when we go to vote on them, I don't know. Or maybe you take out all that and just say priority will be given to requests benefiting stakeholders in Northwest San Pedro.
That's it. I would leave it like that. Yeah.
well, I
What do you-
already have that in there.
Well, then why are,
It says, oh God, what happened here? Damn it, I moved something. Stop. Okay, individuals interested in applying, it says, describe project, what, provide detailed budget, let's see, must be signed. Where does it say? Oh, lordy, lordy. Okay, the Northwest San Pedro Castles, please announce release of grant applications that benefit the Northwest San Pedro community. Is what it says.
okay, but that's not really true. The project does not have to benefit the Northwest San Pedro neighborhood community. We can, its priority will be given to projects benefiting Northwest.
Actually, it does. The rules of the city clerk say that our neighborhood purpose grants have to benefit our neighborhood council area.
Really?
Yes, it does.
All right. I wonder who scrutinizes those.
Well, we're supposed to be the gatekeepers of that.
I see.
But yeah,
The
It-
wording just sounds awkward to me, but
I know.
I-
Let me see something. There's a problem with this. Just a sec. NC documents. Let me open it here. So what do you think, Lori? What do you think it should be?
Well, I'm kind of confused because you said it has to say.
Well,
it-
if we have to, they do have to benefit Northwest area.
Well, okay, but I don't know, Vic, you're a wordsmith. What do you think?
Unmute.
Yeah, for which part?
Well, the first sentence just sounds awkward to me.
Here we go. So I'm gonna try. and
Okay,
pull
I
up
don't even know why we
here.
say this, that we're pleased to announce the release. I mean, it sounds, oh, it's gone.
I know, because I'm bringing up the Word document instead of that. There we
Okay.
go. That way I can edit it. So,
I don't think you have to say, okay, the Northwest San Pedro Neighborhood Councils, okay, well, I don't like even this, you know, announces the release of grant applications or neighborhood purpose grant applications. Okay,
council
a
announces-
priority will be given to those that benefit Northwest. Why do you have to say?
the release of grant applications.
The requirements are not that we're announcing the release of anything. If you're
Yeah.
gonna put any of those type words, do it before the requirements.
Yeah, it's a separate item. Thank you, Vic.
The
What
requi-
now?
The requirements are, it must be for the benefit of Northwest San Pedro. They must be
Okay, so,
501(c)(3).
so write the benefit, the
Okay,
requirements.
Take the first sentence and move it out of that area.
This one?
Take the first sentence and put it before requirements, at least for now.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
That is not a requirement.
There we go.
And
It's kind of redundant anyway. It says neighborhood
Yeah.
purpose and grant application process. Why do, we're just
Why do you
repeating.
even, yeah, Lori's right. Why do you even need that sentence before the requirements? When
that's,
you have it, you're saying it in the heading.
that's why I said for now. If we want to remove it completely, that's fine too.
Okay. The requirements are as follows.
Are we trying to make this fit on one page?
Yes. The requirements
Okay, so
are,
you say, no,
that-
you don't need to repeat the word requirements. You
Yeah,
have the
you
word
don't.
requirements and you just say, okay, and then just put a bullet point, okay? Benefits the Northwest San Pedro community, period. So capital B,
That's why I was asking how many,
yeah,
if it's supposed to fit on one page, because if you do make
Okay.
it bullets, I would start by making it bullets too, and then we can change it if we run out of room.
exactly. That's how I usually do things too.
So put,
Okay.
so requirements, first bullet, benefits Northwest San Pedro community.
Well, probably the first requirement should be applicants must be a 501c.
Okay, all right, yeah. I was just reading it in order and then.
I know, but I was just looking at it and the other one
Yeah.
should be first.
okay.
No, just, what do you do?
Must be a
Yeah.
5.
No, just copy and
No,
paste.
no.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Cut
What?
and paste,
Stop, go back. What? Just,
Oh,
delete,
oh, it's right there. Never mind.
no,
oh my God. Okay, you put benefits back. Melanie, what are you doing?
Command
No,
Z,
you wanted this one first.
Command Z,
There.
Command Z. All right, fine, do it that
Hard to
way.
be a backseat driver.
Okay.
No, well, you already have it after, so, okay, delete the first bullet.
Okay,
Okay.
so what?
Okay, delete the applications must benefit Northwest San Pedro area. No,
Well,
no,
that is,
Well, not there. The
No.
bold
Here.
one, the bolded one, yeah.
okay, hit delete. And then return.
delete.
And I would say something like deadline at the beginning of that line, of that bullet.
Okay. You would leave it a bullet? Since it's not a requirement?
It is a requirement.
Okay.
It's not quite the same kind of requirement, but it is a requirement. One word. I mean, you wouldn't have to, you could do it either
Why-
way. Okay, deadline is one word.
What? I know that.
Deadline is one
word.
word.
Fixing this. What in the hell is going on? Why is it not bulleting?
Oh, sure, blame the computer.
What are you trying to do?
There.
Hit,
One more. Go over one more.
You got an extra space before D.
Oh, geez. There.
There you go.
Put a colon after deadline. Put no colon and then capital A, like you had it. Colon,
I know. I'm doing it there.
no, colon, that's a semicolon.
Oh, the double dot.
Okay, make it no later than,
No later than,
put a comma after 2023. Now, is the date they're gonna be announced intended to be at a board meeting?
we're going to do the date now. We have to figure it out.
Answer the question. Is the date intended to be at a board meeting?
It's at a budget and finance meeting to go through them and vote on them to bring them to the board meeting.
Okay, the decisions will be announced at a board meeting then?
Yes,
Okay, do we want to say at a board meeting or just leave it as a date?
I would leave it at a date.
Okay,
Or you could say announced at da-da-da board meeting.
And that's too much stuff.
okay, go up to the headline,
Uh,
first line, no, at the very first line, at the end in parentheses, put the acronym or the abbreviation
where?
right there,
Put what?
NWSPNC.
Okay. Okay,
Okay, now, where you just got done typing there, change it to the abbreviation.
okay,
That's better, Vic. That's it,
That
is it?
that cuts
Okay.
it down to 2 lines.
Yeah.
And have we decided we're gonna get rid of that first line of text under the heading? Under the head?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
go ahead-
would.
Go ahead and delete it then.
So the other thing is,
One more.
so
Get rid of the
more.
dot.
under requirements, we need to go back to requirements. So are we going to put in about priority will be given to anything?
Well, it says applicants must be a 501c3 nonprofit.
I know that, but we're
or-
gonna get the gun club that is submitted to all 99 neighborhood councils. And we'll have no reason not to consider them.
Also put a the out before the NWSPNC in the last line of the bullets.
Benefit the Northwest San Pedro neighborhood.
Well, you can put one there too. I'm talking about where we put the abbreviation in the last line of the bullets.
Where? What do you mean? Oh, put
So,
NWSPC.
no,
Where are you talking about?
well, first put back what you had there. There,
Uh-huh.
go down 3 lines,
Right?
put a the before that abbreviation,
A comma?
a the,
Oh, the.
THE,
Okay.
there.
So back to what I was asking, are we going to say priority will be given to education, anything? Or are we gonna just let it go Rambo and see what we get? Because then remember the last mass one that couple of them that we got that sent to all 99 neighborhood councils that were like the job training thing for vets. Which wasn't really that, it was some real estate or no, it was to get them their cards to be security people.
Well, maybe if you're saying that it needs to benefit the Northwest San Pedro neighborhood Okay, some of those we can say, I'm sorry, that is not specific to our
Well, they're
area.
saying, no, we'll try and take some from Northwest. How do we prove that they aren't? If they're a nationwide organization, how do we
You
prove
know
it's
what?
not?
We can vote on whatever we want to approve. We
Yeah.
don't have to, doesn't really matter. Let
Yeah.
them apply.
So just not have any type of requirements.
Now,
then?
one other requirement we used to have was a maximum dollar amount per organization. So if you have $8,000 that you're gonna approve, do you want to say 2,000 max per grant so that we at least give to 4 organizations? And, then we won't get groups asking for $10,000 or something. It's
I
just an
don't-
idea.
Right, that's a good idea.
I'm just not sure with only $8,000 that we say that $2,000 grant and then people expecting to get $2,000.
No, we say the max any award will be is 2,000. We can give them 1,000. But, or maybe you don't want to, put that. I'm just thinking out loud. What do you think, Vic?
Sometimes less said is better.
I can
Yeah,
see,
that's probably true.
I can see pros and cons either way on that one, so.
Okay, then less is more.
Yeah,
But put periods at the end of the first 2 bullets.
Yes. So now dates. We need to look at dates. What do we think? I say we execute this board meeting to
Well-
get it.
Well, how much, okay, well, back up,
You want to have about 45 days
Yeah.
where it's out there and you can promote it.
that was the question, is how much time do we need to?
Right, so
look
I'm
at-
thinking it goes live after the board meeting vote on this.
Okay, that's January 9th.
9th, it
Uh,
goes live. And then have it ready to go at March's budget and finance meeting, which would be
So
the first
deadline,
March.
deadline is like 5 days before the next budget and finance meeting, or 1
Huh?
week?
What?
The deadline is like a week before the next budget and finance meeting, or
Well,
make
just
it the end of February?
end of February, the 27th,
which is a Monday.
Okay.
which is a Monday.
So does that give us enough time?
Well, that's 30 days and, 27 days in February and 3 weeks in January. 3.5.
Okay.
or 2 Yeah.
Well, then
Works for
why don't
me.
we do the deadline on Friday, February 24th? At least that gives us Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday to overlook them all.
Well,
us-
Okay.
you won't look at them anyway. I'm the one that goes through them as they come in the email and put them all together.
That's true.
We don't
Well,
look
that's
at them
true.
until
That's
the
right.
budget and finance
Yeah,
meeting.
that's true. Well, we'll look at them when you put them on the
On the what?
packet, on the agenda for us to see, right?
No, I don't place them on the agenda.
Okay,
We
so
never,
you're gonna,
we never advertise them. Not
okay, well, I would
until-
just I would give yourself at least till the 24th of February, which is Friday. And it gives you the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th to go over.
Okay,
She's
that's fine
fine.
if you think that,
Oh, that's
I
plenty of
like
time.
the
That's
first one.
Where,
because you're looking at,
Melanie, where do they get mailed to? The.
they go to they get emailed to me generally.
Oh, okay.
So do they have to be emailed, or are they allowed
Well-
to turn in hard copies?
Well, there's Budget and Finance Committee at 638 South Beacon Street, San Pedro. They can mail them, but generally most of them are sent
Well,
via email.
but if they are allowed to do it hard copy, then we have to
So
account
the
for that.
24th would be good then. Just do it the 24th in case something's mailed.
Say the 23rd.
23rd?
Yeah. I
You
checked.
guys are cutting the dates quite a bit there.
Well, how many days is that? Let's see.
That's 23 days in February, and that's
So that's
Gonna
1, 2, 3,
be-
4.
10,
5, 6 times 7 is 42, plus 3 is 45. 23rd is 45 days.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
assuming that somebody's on top of this and getting it announced, putting it on the website, putting it on social media, putting it in the e-blast.
yeah. So
And I'm, can't depend on me.
that's fine. I'll get it put up and Chris is gonna have to participate in outreach on this, and John, you'll have to get him going, you know, to post it on everything. And I'll get it to Christina and have her do it. As soon as
Yeah.
the board meeting's over, it's gone. It'll get sent out. So no later than February 23rd, 2023.
You have to put a postmark date if you're accepting hard copies.
No later than postmarked,
Well, but we can't control how long the mail takes, so.
must be received or postmarked.
We always do a postmark because we can't control the mail.
And postmark no later than
Well, then we gotta
postmark
back,
date. Postmark date is gonna have to be the 17th. Huh?
I guess so.
23rd.
If mailed,
President's Day is the 20th, so 17th, yeah, I guess 17th would be all right. It shouldn't take
and if mailed,
a week.
hard copy, do you say hard copy if mailed?
No, you just need to say,
Applications must be postmarked
yes.
no later than
February 17th at 11:59 PM.
I don't think we need to put a time.
No, we don't. But it's funny how some people places do that.
Well,
And if emailed, received no
would-
later than February 23rd, 2023.
well, either. No, I would just say, no, February 17th, 2023, and then in parentheses, if mailed. No, okay. And get rid of the E. If mailed.
That's if mailed,
Well,
no,
just hang on and
Okay.
go with it. Close paren,
okay,
and received, or and that should be all we need.
Yeah, and receive no later than February 23rd if
Get rid
emailed.
of the and if mail. Or if mailed. Put a space between 23 and 2023 too.
yeah, it's acting up again. Remember the problem we had before with my Word document? It's doing it again, I think, but yeah. Board meeting, okay, and no later than February 23rd, that,
We need to put something about email.
no later if emailed.
Right, if emailed.
But not just if emailed, even if it's put through paper mail, they still have to be received by that time. Right?
No, if it's
No, because-
paper mailed, the 17th is their deadline.
Okay,
That's why they have the if mailed. This should say if emailed.
okay, then,
If emailed,
no.
No, you don't
Well-
want to go there.
No. Put that after the February 23rd.
Yeah, after the 2023.
okay,
And I think you have an extra space before the 2023 too.
Yeah, that's again, the problem that I told you.
Guys, I'm gonna sign off. I'm really like not
Okay.
feeling so good. Okay, I think you
Alrighty.
gotta handle it, right? Sorry. Okay.
Okay, bye, Lori.
Bye, Lori.
Bye.
Yeah, it's doing that thing again, so I'll have to go back and try and type
Oh,
it
you
in.
have, I know why, because you have the margins justified, so it will vary the space. That's why.
What? I have what?
Okay. Don't click on anything, hit the right arrow.
The right
One
arrow?
time.
Where?
On your
Oh, the right
keyboard.
arrow on my keyboard?
One time. Okay, yeah. See, you have your margins justified. See how
Uh-huh.
everything's straight along the right margin?
Oh, okay.
And so when you do that, it can vary the amount of space that shows up between words in the text.
Okay.
And that's why it looks like there's extra space, but there isn't.
Okay.
So, okay, that's fine. Okay, so the applications must be postmarked no later than.
The decisions will be announced.
Put a comma after the if mailed.
Okay. If emailed?
No, if mailed.
Oh, okay.
After the parenthesis, put a comma. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
receive.
received. If emailed.
Yeah,
The
that should
decisions will be.
that should do it. On the board
Okay.
meeting, and you were talking about the March board meeting?
Well, March budget and finance,
Oh,
so
budget
it'll
and
be,
March 1st.
Yeah, it's March 1st.
right, so it'll be announced at March
But
13th.
we're not announcing it at the March budget and finance. We're announcing it
Right,
at
at the
board.
March 13th meeting for
Right.
the board,
Right.
March 13th.
Yeah,
There.
perfect.
Now, is the rest of it standard, or do we need to?
What is this? It's telling me that, okay,
What do you-
it's saying no on the parentheses in the end. It's trying to correct it. It's saying and is okay by itself.
Well, there should be a comma after the year when you do it, the date like that. And since you have the parenthetical, the comma goes after,
Or should I be after the year?
but then the if mailed looks weird after the comma. So
There we go, right there. There it goes.
well, I don't care what it says. I disagree.
No.
I don't care what Bill Gates and Microsoft say.
So no comma here on the 23?
In my opinion, because the if mailed goes with the date. And if you put a comma there, it sets it off from the date.
Yeah. Yeah, it's having a fit. Oh, well,
Oh, too
whatever.
bad.
Individual organization general plan should be stated requirements for, and then the
Above-
requirements describe
Hyphenate above stated.
what?
Hyphenate above stated at the end of that first line. The other first,
Hyphenate?
above
Oh,
hyphen
this.
stated. No, hyphen.
Hyphen is that, right?
Between above and stated.
Oh,
Wait, no space though.
I know.
Get rid of the space between the hyphen and the two words.
There. Fix. Prepare a brief proposal name, describe the project. What is the time frame? When will the project end? The end fiscal July 2023. It has to end by.
Okay, you make the 501c3 consistent, whichever place whichever one you want to use. You've got like three
Oh.
different versions of it.
It should be
Yeah, the
that.
one at the
That's,
top where it says applicants, that should be the all one, like, oh, you're doing it that way, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
then down in bullet 4, number 4,
Oh, there.
you've got to make it
It
consistent.
did
with it.
something weird there too.
But yes, I don't think C-3 is the usual way to say it.
It's
Um,
not, it's usually just the 501c3.
Right,
Well-
but it's usually a small c though.
I think there's
I don't
usually I think there's usually parentheses around something too, isn't there?
No.
Yeah, I'm trying, I think it's around the
Well, make
C.
Make it unboldified.
Yeah.
Double click. Okay.
Oh, double click.
No, just unbold. The easiest way to select a word is just double click on it.
What the,
What are you doing?
I'm unbolding it. There.
What software are you using?
Word.
Then just Command B. But okay. Get rid of the hyphen in the one at the very top. Second bullet.
There.
Sub bullet 2B. Put a comma at the end of this first sentence and lowercase w after it.
There.
Right.
What is the time frame?
I
When-
would say
that's-
at the end of that same bullet, I would say how it will benefit the Northwest San Pedro community to make it consistent with the bullet at the top.
Oh, benefit the Northwest San Pedro community. Okay.
Following information. Must end in fiscal year money provided July, what?
What?
It's 6:45.
Where are you reading?
The end of 2C.
Yeah, must end in the fiscal year money provided. So where they're applying, whatever their project is on their application, they have to indicate July 2023 as an end date. Otherwise, if they put September or October, they won't get it. It'll get tossed.
Okay.
It has to end within this fiscal year period.
Make fiscal lowercase. Looks like there's an extra space between the parenthesis and the July.
Yeah, I think it's oh, never mind.
No, it's not.
There was.
Not this time. Okay. Email doesn't have a hyphen.
Where? Oh,
3,
here? email?
Right, right.
And a commitment, oh,
Uh,
and a commitment, that doesn't, basically, and a fiduciary officer to be responsible for receiving and administering the grant funds. It has to, they have to designate who's to receive them, where it's supposed to go.
well, I would add that fiduciary officer then, if it has to be a fiduciary officer.
Yeah. Email address and phone number of the fiduciary.
No,
What?
FIDUCIARY. ARY.
Whoops.
Phone number of no. Before that, put of. No,
Of the,
of that.
okay.
Because fiduciary has a special meaning, so I think it's good to have that in there.
Right. Submit a formal application for neighborhood purpose grants, public status, school status, and business tax. Public schools need to have the school principal fill out form. No one else can. This needs to be more specific. No one else can sign it or submit it. Only the principal.
Well, I would say public schools must have, instead of need to, which to me says that no one else can do it, so we don't need to add that at the end.
Fill and sign the form. Fill out and sign.
But get rid of the no one else can. Is that still the right URL for the,
I checked it. I sure
okay,
did.
put a space between lines there.
Where, up here?
Yeah, that just saying between lines helps a whole lot. No, not there. Well, yeah, there, I guess that helps too. Where it says submit the application underneath the URL,
Oh, there.
make it, yeah. And is there, I know this is going back, but at the top where you say public in all caps, is there a reason you have it in all caps?
Where?
Second bullet, 5013C nonprofit or a public school. Is there a reason that public is all caps?
I don't know.
Well, you did it.
I know, that's weird.
I mean, because
Maybe because we want to be specific that it's public and not a charter school.
well, but charter schools can be public.
Can they?
POA.
And it
POA
can't
is-
be Mary Star. It can't be Mary Star or any of the private schools.
Well, right, but POA High School is a public charter. So if we need to if we need to emphasize that, then maybe that's not a problem, but
Right, well, that's fine.
because I don't know, yeah, because you're right, the private parochial schools would be different. They would not be considered public.
Okay. So are we good?
The application cover, down at the bottom, take out the hyphen in email.
Oh, why does it say it twice too?
Well, one says application and cover letter, the other says questions.
No, it said email questions twice at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It replicated it.
Get rid of the hyphen in email. Both places. Right there, left, right there. And what isn't the official address, box 688?
638, yeah. Is
So
it a
what-
box?
No, I think it's, let me get my business card.
And mine right here.
688. Box 688.
88.
638 South Beacon, box 688, San Pedro. So yeah, put the box number. Otherwise, who knows where they'll end up.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if you've seen what it's like in the mailbox area there, but there's basically just a bunch of boxes, and mail that gets misdelivered just gets thrown out on a.
Well, I found out something interesting too, according to Almer. He texted me today. And we were talking about whether or not the stop sign here was fixed out at the intersection here across from my house and all that. But then he said, just to let you know, I guess the bunch of mail was stolen at the
Huh.
post office. They had a bunch of mail stolen from the trucks, and a mail truck, a mail car was stolen.
Oh, wonderful.
I was
At the
like,
post
really?
office?
Oh my God.
So like at Eastview or Beacon or,
Yeah, at Beacon.
well, that just adds to it. But yeah, what they basically have a wall of boxes for mail, and then there's a big table. And I'm guessing that any mail that gets misdelivered to somebody's box that's not supposed to be that to them, they take it out and they just leave it on the table. And it's not organized. So if we left the box off and somebody just put it out there, we may never see it.
Okay. So
Can you put a line space between the heading and requirements at the very top between the title? Yeah, like that. That doesn't kick anything to page 2, does it? It's still all on one page?
yep,
Okay. Oh, yeah, you've got more room than I saw.
yeah.
Speaking of stealing, I don't know if you knew, Mel, but they stole our car, Talia and me's car. with
What?
my dau- They stole our car last
Sure.
Tuesday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my daughter was doing Amazon.
Okay, I think we're, oh, that.
Okay, so are we good?
I think we're good. Save.
Looks good.
Did you make sure you saved it?
I'm gonna print this right now. So now what we need to do is a motion to approve MPG application and application dates. Right?
Well, this isn't the application.
Well, the
Yeah, this-
MPG
It is
It's the process.
it's
the
the
process.
process, right?
and MPG process
So the application is at that URL.
for Northwest.
and
And
the dates, right?
application dates. Okay, so I'll move, and who wants a second?
I'll second.
Second, Vic.
I better
All those in
second after
favor?
making all those changes to typos and stuff.
3.
Yep, all in favor, aye.
I,
Aye. Okay, so, yikes. So let me close this since I saved it, yay.
yeah, make sure you save it.
And
Save,
then
save often.
put up screen share again. And we're gonna go back to the agenda and make
That
sure,
was the last
okay.
step.
Approving the timeline application,
Mm.
and then that's it. I don't, unless anybody else has anything else.
No,
I move to
And then
adjourn.
hopefully you don't get anybody saying anything to you, John, about getting reimbursed or anything,
hope not.
because that would be a real, you know,
Well,
Or let's,
I feel there's only gonna be 1 or 2 people that'll say no,
right,
you know.
but let's finish the meeting.
yeah, so anyway. So it looks like we covered everything tonight. The only thing is, out of the executive board meeting, and I'm gonna check on it, and I've got emails out to people, the chairs for the budget advocates, to see if who is our budget advocate and what's the status with it. So that I can give some sort of report on that at the board meeting, and hopefully Glenn Bailey will give an update to me as to what's going on with them and why we haven't heard anything from them. So
Okay.
anyway, okay, so I think that is the end. I'm gonna stop the share.
Officially
And
adjourned.
I'm gonna, so this is ends our meeting. The next meeting will be on
February
February
1st.
1st at 5:30.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop the recording. Okay,
Or are you?
there we go.